at times, but the same could be said for Salamander. At this point, it is very much anyone's game.
Yeah, I'm still sticking with my pick of Endpoint here to close it out 2-1. They had a rough time closing out Dust 2 as well, but I think they will have what it takes to take Inferno here. And I just want it to be a good game, though. At the end of the day, that is what I appreciate more than being right, is exciting Counter-Strike. Salamander, Endpoint, earlier on, both took their openers versus Honorous, and who did Salamander beat? What was their name? The Portuguese team.
Saw.
The
horror
movie
movie
Saw
name.
earlier.
Yes.
They both looked pretty spectacular earlier today on those maps. Will they be able to combat each other given the amount of firepower on both these teams?
It is a big question that has to be on everyone's mind. Coolio and Corey were very good on Inferno earlier. Endpoint, of course, as always, had Crucial shining bright like the beacon of light that he seems to have embraced himself to be. Badito, though, peeking out wide, swinging in, but can't quite get that kill. Instead, it's Crucial to start things off. Corey has fallen. Torzi hiding away. His location is not known yet, but Robin will be able to wrap around as Torzi is spotted. And a 5v3 quickly turned to a 5v2. Crucial, who was gifted that P250, is very thankful for that. But Coolio, we've seen him in this position before, and Thomas does not want to see any more. Flashy in the 1v3. P2K in hand, along with full utility. I wouldn't even blame him if he wanted to save.
Yeah, there's a lot of utility right here. He doesn't have a kit either. Probably wants to find at least one of these kills, but that is actually a lot of money he just kind of lost out on there. Thomas with a nice headshot through the smoke, and Endpoint with a clean pistol.
That was pretty big.
Yeah, Salamander will force, though. Look at this. They actually buy 5 MP9s and a single grenade. This is a very interesting buy, and it may catch Endpoint off guard. They are charging right down middle, actually, and I wonder if Mighty Max will be ready for it. He hears them out, but look at this. 2 opening frags for them, actually, and Crucial, he has to clean up here. Will he be able to do it? Torzi standing his ground nicely, but it's a 2v2, and Coolio continues the pressure, just leaving Surreal in a 1v2. But do they expect his position?
Badito doesn't, and he's the one to actually keep an eye out for. He's gone all the way up from behind. Surreal smokes off the bomb, will be able to recover, and now has to be careful for Badito. Now, bomb's been taken away. Badito not yet revealed himself, and with 1:08 on the clock, Surreal has to check every nook and cranny. Will do so. Badito's been spotted. Surreal knows it's time to get aggressive. He should get the kill, but he misses the first bullet. Instead, it's now time for him to come wrap around, see what he can get done. Badito's not expecting this. He's expecting the straight bomb plant, maybe. And because of that, he's lazy with his crosshair. Coolio. 1 versus 1. Not expecting the peek. Actually, he is expecting the peek to come out immediately. He's holding the angle. Surreal. I'm never one to criticize 1v1s, because obviously there's so many things you can do there, but maybe just choosing the wrong thing. Could have gone and planted, could have secured themselves some more money. In the meanwhile, though, not only do Salamander win the round, every single kill was with a MP9.
Yeah, that was really cool. Really cool idea from Salamander there, I actually have to say. I think they really wanted to bust that one out for this kind of game where there's a lot on the line. Moving into the weekend playoffs would be great for them and their confidence, and taking it down a team like Endpoint would also really be a nice boost to their ranking and exposure as a team. Good nade towards middle, but Surreal hears it just in the nick of time, and he's able to back off, only taking 7 points of damage. So an upgraded buy here from Salamander. Corey gets flashed off the angle, but he still has a teammate lying in wait. He actually might play this aggressively, and it'll trick Endpoint into thinking that if he dies, there might be a chance for them on that site, but he actually just gets the kill, as a matter of fact. And that's not something Endpoint expected. Good rotation already from Salamander here, but the flashes are coming in. Endpoint look pretty strong as they move in with them. They are scaling nicely. It's up to Bodito to find more, but he can't get that player out new box, but he spams through the box, and Robin is thankfully able to find the trade for Endpoint, and it's a 3v3 situation.
Crucial tagged up heavily, and Flashy is more than happy to push him down. Mighty Max and Robin trying to get aggressive so they don't get caught out. In the meanwhile, Mighty Max will be taking the 1v1 with the M4A4. One that he will falter in. Torzi with 2 great kills comes through, but Endpoint damage is done and bomb is planted, so respectable round from them. They could even choose to buy up again, but Salamander, the problem is that because of the MP9 kills, their money is so good they can just go for full M4s, which is very uncommon to see in a 2-1 scoreline for the CT side.
Yeah, that is that's going to be a pretty good buy for Salamander, and Endpoint just going to opt for the half buy here. They have a few deagles, some half armor, and we'll see if they are able to find any picks here. Endpoint, I feel like they've had a little bit more difficulty getting their individuals involved on their T-side defaults in rounds like this, where they just need to find a pick here or there, and it's usually just been up to players like Crucial for the most part to find these opening picks. We'll see if he is challenged anymore at mid, but that flash kept him tuck at the pit towards middle.
All about the damage that they can do to the CT side. Salamander, very basic defense. And that basic defense will so far come through, gives them some nice few kills without losing too many players. Molotov is there as well. Crucial finds 1, but that isn't really saying much. They do end up with maybe multiple. No, the MP9 couldn't be switched out for an M4A4, but honestly, I don't know if you'd want to do that. The MP9 actually gives you a lot of options in positions where I would say it's better than an M4A4, especially if you want to get information towards Spoiler, especially if you want to get maybe some aggressive peeks towards Banana, or even just push through a CT smoke to try and get a kill with the help of a flashbang. It's quite a good weapon.
Yeah, they would have wanted it, but you're not actually all too unhappy, because look at this. Bodito pushing down with the MP9. Actually, he probably would have wanted it there. He only does 48 damage to Robin. Could have been a little bit more. But Salamander getting weirdly aggressive in this round, pushing practically everywhere across the map. They're taken out for the most part. Coolio the only one to win his fight.
Oh.
And that will certainly be the case, given that he is now the only one alive.
Well, I like the decision to turn around and immediately run away. You can hear his teammates screaming in the background to save.
Yeah, they'll actually have enough money for a buy in the upcoming round. Flashy can drop somebody. I think maybe Corey would have to go to an MP9, but Coolio can drop an M4 for somebody else. They could get 4 guns here and an MP9, I think. So not terrible, all things considered. Or maybe 2 MP9s if they want full utility, but Endpoint will get their second round here, just really spreading out in a pretty natural default and taking down all of these aggressive plays from Endpoint, with the exception of Robin falling to Coolio. A trade frag at that, though.
Oh no, that changes everything.
Yeah, it does.
You can see their money as well. Flashy with the 7K could have been the difference maker, but now unfortunately Flashy, maybe he just buys, maybe he just buys an M4A4, tries to save it. I am very much a fan of that if you haven't figured it out on Inferno particularly. I think the rogue M4A4 and trying to save it is actually a underrated strategy, one that I do not have the data to back up though. Just because of how many choke points there are. Inferno, Boiler, Inferno? Did I say Inferno? I meant to say B-site. Boiler, apartments. Pretty good.
There's a few ways to get it involved, actually. You could push apartments, you could play pretty aggressively at Banana, you could play coffins. There's a lot of ways to fight. You could just get boosted at CT for that matter, and you sometimes find 2 kills. Bodito, though, he's in CT, but he's not boosted, so he will not be able to see over that smoke or really have any chance in this one here. He just runs to the smoke, and Endpoint and Robin say, thank you for that gift of your life. And they will now get the bomb plant.
Oh, okay.
But Corey, through the smoke, is able to even out the numbers there, getting that kill on a Crucial. The refresh, though, comes out towards CT, but before that smoke even... oh, actually, Surreal gets that kill towards middle, as a matter of fact. And It looks like Salamander want to go for this. Corey's finding another kill. We'll see if anyone else is able to do anything here. It's actually down to a 2v1. This is incredible damage from Salamander, all things considered. Torzy looking for the kill onto Thomas, and that smoke's fading, which means Torzy will have the advantage inside of it. He actually is able to get that kill onto Thomas, and he might just save the off here. Oh, he almost escapes with his life right there. That is so impressive from Salamander. They will have a buy off of that, and because they took out 4 players, now this could be a potential swing round, because Endpoint, a few of their players are pretty strapped on cash. It's just Crucial who's above 2,000 here and at 4K, and they have no loss bonus either. If they lose this, it's a tough situation for them.
It is a swing round, that's for sure. Mighty Max, don't know if that smoke was intentional, but so far, this Molotov has not spread to him, but as I say, that nade going in could have done a lot of good damage, but instead, it is the return nades which will be bringing them low. Surreal to take down Coolio as well. How did Thomas get that kill? Wow. They're getting really aggressive. Like, I might even go as far as saying unnecessarily aggressive. There's 1 minute and 12 left on the clock. And that just opened up the B-bomb side completely. In Salamander, we talked about this. This was one of the important rounds where they had to win, Maui.
Yeah, that was an interesting approach to try to even up the numbers. They lost the opening pick, and they wanted to find some control across the map. But they already had a decent space at Banana. It's a little questionable, but I don't think they really knew what their other options were. So Salamander there, they might have to go back to the drawing board on how to get back into these kinds of disadvantaged rounds. But Flashy and Torzy, they look like they will be able to keep their numbers in check, or these guns at least. So Endpoint with a 4th round right there. Just again, it seems like Endpoint aren't doing anything really spectacular. It's just that Salamander are taking the fight to them every single round, and Endpoint's just ready for it. Very standard defaults for Endpoint, not even having to see really any straps come out, just splitting up across the map and Salamander losing their fight. So we'll see if Salamander tighten up into the bomb sites just a little bit, or they continue with this aggressive pursuit.
Ooh, Torzy. Very aggressive with the AWP. He doesn't get anyone, but he fortunately is also not picked off at the same time. Very important when you consider how influential he was in the first map of Inferno, and especially when you consider that he is very much the hero with the hero op. I like the setup with 4 players on the A site, though, with both the guns here as well. I just see this way too often, that the guns are split up, and that makes no sense to me, because at the end of the day, if you want to win the round, you're only doing it with a gamble in that situation. Splitting up the guns does very little to help you out with that, and it also does very little to help ensure that you are saving. It just seems lazy at times, even. Nice shot from Corey, nice and a follow-up.
Ooh, and this is breaking down rather poorly for both teams, actually. This has become a very hairy round. I'm not sure if they know that Flashy's in this position. He will peek out, and it is not with great timing. Thomas was looking right in that direction. Bodito, though, he may have good timing. He's on the flank right here, and this may be an opportunity. He's here so early, too. He hears where both of these players are, but he picks up an op, which is a tough weapon to use in this kind of situation, and Crucial with perfect timing takes him down right there, knows he has to check that angle out for his teammate, just covering your back, and he does a great job. What a pal.
What a what?
What a pal.
What a pal. I thought you said pel, like a P-E-L. I was like, what's a P-E-L?
Yeah, it didn't come out
as
enunciated as it needed to, but he's a pal.
Because there's a company called Pel, which I think it's an oil company.
Well, it looks like the road is rather slippery for Salamander.
As is oil.
Yeah,
exactly. There you go. Salamander, though, probably don't appreciate all the oil being spilled onto their roads. Flashbang comes through. I think that was a self-flash from the CT side, and the nades don't do much damage either, unfortunately. Does give away quite a bit of information, though. The double nade stack does actually very often mean that you're about to see rotation away. I love the read. Oh, this is so good. This is such an excellent read coming through from Mighty Max, because the double nade stack... Oh, what is this flashbang from Badito? Can we look at Badito for a second? Never mind, he's taking the flashbang away. I'm not sure what that flashbang was supposed to be. Corey, however, now has to stop and defend the bomb site all on his own. The read is perfect, and now the retake is on. Badito, fortunate enough to get one kill in the midst of it all. And now it's trying to spray through the smoke. His teammates are very far away. The rotation is quite slow, actually, surprisingly enough. But Salamander, they still want to go for this. They have two smokes. They have a flashbang as well. What is it going to be? Robin crucial.
Desperate. That looked really desperate from Salamander right there. Endpoint, good crossfires from them, not really being affected by the flashes all too much. And now Salamander's economy is very much so busted. They will be purchasing a couple of deagles here, or some upgraded pistols, as a matter of fact. And Endpoint, they are just looking really solid at this point. They have regained control of this T side of this game. Salamander had a nice little start, but at this point, it's not really looking good. A lot of the game plan's just working out nicely for Endpoint. They're getting map control pretty easily. And once again, Salamander, it seems like when things go wrong, they just want to get more and more aggressive. But Surreal, he's ready to take this fight. Good timing from him, though, and he's able to hit the transfer in the apartments along with Robin. Very nice there. And a clean take towards Apps.
Salamander looking slightly limited on their CT side and what they can bring to the table. Corey is hoping to take down at least a few of these banana players with the deagle. But what's it going to be? Thomas peeks out again. And there it is. Very clean round coming out from Endpoint. 7-3. It looks like this map might very much be underneath lock and key.
Yeah. With 37 rounds, Endpoint have won in such dominant fashion in a lot of them that they have built up a lot of money. Crucial sitting at 12.5k. And it's usually hard to integrate that op to the T side, but I mean, Crucial, he's doing just fine over there. A few of his rounds were from the pistol, but he's still doing a pretty decent job. And look at this aggressive play from him. He's so confident, but I think he will be challenged actually on the right there, killing the person boosting. And that is an awesome opening pick from Crucial. Surreal, here's the rotation route, and bracket control looks like will be taken.
Yeah. I hope we can get a slow motion replay of that shot, honestly, because that looked really crisp. Now, Badito could be flash forward. Coolio does have the singular flash. However, Badito does have the unfortunate luxury of an AWP in this situation, which is not the best of weapons to have. Robin's been spotted and brought down. Now it's all up to Torzi and is off, but he's missed the first shot. Can't take the man down, has to re-peek forward. We know he's good with those. The flashbang catches out Mighty Max completely. Mighty Max is trying to get aggressive on the first oranges and push forward, push through. Beautiful pathing from him, and Crucial will be able to follow through and take a few more down. He's repositioning, he's ducking and diving, dodging all the utility, and now comes out the boost from the CT side. Coolio pushes forward, almost brought down. Crucial will not let it be as he's still re-peeking. Coolio left to fend off against the world, and the world is made of two purple boys, and they're both very low. A flashbang will not catch him. Coolio still so careful, has to push forward, doesn't know where Crucial is, who's dancing around New Box, and finally 4 kills for Crucial. And Mighty Max, I have to say, hats off to you, my friend. The way he was able to take down Torsi as well. Look at that first shot though. Oh,
very nice. Very nice round from Crucial right there. That is how you get the op involved. You have to be a little bit more aggressive. You have to take a couple risks, and it pays off beautifully. Once you get that op onto any bomb site here, man, post-plant retakes against a T-side op, it's impossible. If players like Crucial are against you, I just... there's not much you can do. There's really just not a lot, unless you have a lot of utility to push it back. But apps control will be taken from Endpoint here. They've done a great job clearing this space out. It looks like Salamander want nothing to do with it. They've been taken out a few too many times.
The Deagles are always deadly, though. That's the one bright ray of hope. Okay, there you go. All right, I stick with my decision. Very deadly, always deadly. Even the CZ could be the same. Torsi does go down at the end of the day, but Flashy is hoping to maybe get some assistance, maybe get a flashbang, but he doesn't have one on his teammates, so this will just be a position for him to fall back on. And now they have read this correctly. Corey has called over the cavalry. Smokes are coming in. Beautiful shot from the Eagle. Once again, almost sprayed down through the smoke, though. And now Thomas is expecting the boost up. They've done it too many times. Flashy coming in from the side with the CZ. Might be able to push through with the smoke and almost gets the timing to take down the planter. But once the bomb is planted, he decides against it. Crucial. Waiting for the smoke to fade. Crucial. That was such a fast flick. He's got his micro movements down to perfection, Maui.
He's looking real sharp. Corey is going to have to look sharper here as he only has a Deagle to try to get his team anything, and he's going to get another, actually. Just one player remains for him. It's just Surreal. He taps the bomb. Surreal knows that he doesn't have a kit likely, but Corey actually hits that shot right there. What a round from Corey, but it's only to recover a single AK. The money on Endpoint is already so strong as well that you would hope the economic damage would really accomplish something. Doesn't quite do that, but what a Deagle round. You were hyping it up there, and they really delivered. Corey and Torsi with a couple of great shots. Crucial one right here. You love that one. That was so sick and so fast, but Jesus, if you give Corey these opportunities, he does not miss.
Corey's nuts. I think Corey's the best player on this team. Like, without a doubt.
He's so consistent with his aim.
Yep. And that's the key point. Torsi's a magical flower who will bloom, but blooms rarely and, well, not rarely, but not frequently in the same way that you see Corey coming alive time and time again. Torsi has his games. Corey has his months. In the meanwhile, though, Torsi has to find a way to turn this into his game, step up to the next level, really start taking the burden of being the primary opper into himself. Flashy, meanwhile, I'm not sure if he saw Surreal there or not. Doesn't seem like it from his positioning, but Coolio is scoped in. Well, not really scoped in, but he's zoned in towards the apartments. Smoke's going out. Coolio is waiting. Flashy needs to catch them up. Finds a 1, finds a 2. And now it's a 5 versus 3 with the T side wondering what they can do to fix things. Too much damage done by Flashy, and they need the pickoffs now. Torsi, 30 seconds left on the clock. He knows he doesn't need to rotate, especially when Corey's coming in from the back lines, but Crucial's taking him down already. Coolio swings out with 1. Coolio needs more, and he will find Surreal in the meanwhile, but Dito to finish things off, and the double op is not saved, surprisingly enough.
These Augs look really good in the hands of Salamander at times. It's a shame they hadn't been able to bust them out a little bit earlier. Maybe could have had a more competitive half for themselves. Because the maximum that they will find here will be 6. The money is low for both of these teams. This could determine the fate of the final round of the half, but we'll see how this one plays out. Ooh. Good nade damage onto Bodito. Early on, almost said Bobibo. Would be a funny name, but is not his.
What a shame. Well, the question is whether they can finish it off or not, though. Bobibo That is a funny name. It reminds me of Babidi from Dragon Ball Z. I don't know if you watched that when you were young, but
I did. I watched Dragon Ball Z, and GT.
great. GT was great. I don't know why people don't like GT. I really like GT.
It's kind of a stray away.
Yeah, but I was okay with it.
I thought it was cool, kind of cool too.
Yeah. Super Saiyan 4 was so cool. Now, though, it is time to get back in to this game and see who will go Super Saiyan. Coolio wanting to peek out. Torzy misses a shot. You can't let that happen, but Coolio is collecting on the damage, but not the kills. 4 versus 2. Very, very weak Endpoint, but Salamander has turned around and run away.
Wow. Look at the damage, though, on Endpoint. One more bullet on a few of these players, and it's a completely different round. I would have probably liked to see in this half Salamander playing a little bit tighter on the bomb sites, because in the previous round, they had great success at A, just playing back, not really taking the fight to Endpoint. This round, it was basically Endpoint winning by a hair. If one player finds a slightly better spray lineup, if Torzy, you know, it's really any individual could have done a little bit more, and it would have made a world of a difference. Even one more nade could have just done everything. But they played very aggressively, and I get that was part of their game plan going into this, that they wanted to take the fight on their terms to Endpoint, but it just didn't pan out for them the way that they wanted. Too many defaults, expose, as Endpoint just played their own comfortably, confidently, and it was tough for them. But Salamander will have one more chance at this one, as they have a pretty nice buy, actually. Better than I thought, but those save guns are paying dividends.
Mighty Mac. Ooh, you'd like to see that, but Badito doesn't realize there's a player next to him. His name is Mighty Max, and he will take him down. Beautiful stuff from the in-game leader. And that could be it. That could be the 11th round. Salamander, they tried. They almost had it. They had the right idea. But Mighty Max is not a man who cares about all of that. He is lethal. He is deadly. He is unstoppable. And the Crucial goes down. Flashy at least does find one, but Mighty Max on the other side will be able to swing out for a lot more damage, which should secure the round. Now, smoke comes out to block them off from coffins. Flashbang will be avoided. Robin not quite too worried, but that Molotov is actually pretty dangerous. He just gets a bomb diffuser as well in the fadeaway, and Sorrel finishes it all off. It comes down to a 1v1, but that was not close. Do not be fooled.
Yeah, that was a little bit sloppy by Endpoint at the very end there, but man, Mighty Max just, he only has 6 kills? Are you serious? I'm like, those were such high impact kills at that, though. That really surprises me there, but everybody else on his team is firing, and he's calling good strats, it looks like. Everything's just working out for them there. He hasn't even had to make too many tough calls, to be completely honest. Not to take credit away from Mighty Max. He's been a great IGL for this Endpoint team, but that just felt like a lot of defaults that worked out for Endpoint. They did have a nice exec to close things out on A, and in round number 14. If you want to look back at that, that might be one to take home with you for your team, or anyone really listening, not just talking to tea time here, but literally anybody. That was a nice exec.
I agree. And I am definitely taking it away. Let's see, though. 4 players on the B-bomb site. All right, Mighty Max, you're starting off nicely on the other half. Robin gets one as well. Mighty Max does get Molotoved off at the very least, but Thomas is still here to defend, and defend he does, as more and more damage is done. Mighty Max. That call, Maui, that call, you've got to feel so satisfied when you just stack 4 players on the B site, and then they are. Here they go, Salamander.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you love that. That is one of the best feelings, especially when you're ahead like this. You just think, okay, come on, let's win this pistol. Let's close it out quick. And when you do that, you just put yourself in such a, great advantageous situation for the rest of the half. There's just too much pressure now on Salamander. Endpoint, they've been here before. They've been in series like this time and time again. And I feel like they will have no trouble closing this one out, especially against Glocks right here. We'll see what Crucial's able to do, farming that cash right there. Surreal wants a piece at it. He wants his turn. And Crucial just jumping at Corey to find the 4K on the round. And that is so much economy built up. I am just curious to see how Endpoint wants to use their SMGs in this round here on their free buy.
Double run boost down mid.
Do they hear you? We will find out.
I'm sending a DM to Mighty Max. Wait. He doesn't have to be followed. Never mind. Well, regardless, though, there will be no double run boost down mid, unfortunately. Santa isn't real. The Tooth Fairy is, though. And she's kind of weird. I don't know who wants your teeth. Crucial, though, would not mind some teeth as he is bunching their teeth in. Flashy, however, is not quite ready to sell for just $1. Robin comes in from the side, only to fall down swiftly after. Corey, do the honors of laying him into the grave, but look at Surreal. He's coming from behind, found the bomb, taking it down. Mighty Max as well, with a small gap in the smoke, can exploit Taurus's positioning. Coolio and Flashy in a 2 versus 3 now to try and save the day. Flashy's position is excellent, though, as he does push through the smoke. Coolio will be spotted out, as they are going to be able to tag him down further as well. It is still a 1v2 that somehow or the other they have given away.
That's tough. That's one of the few disadvantages of playing apps. It just, I mean, really in general, is just that you can lose track of players like that in those kinds of moments, and it seems like it's what happened. And you never really feel comfortable in the apartments because it's always just, are you looking the right way or are you not? Endpoint, though, they do a lot of damage, get I think all of their kills with SMGs, so they will have a lot of money to work with this in this round. And Crucial, because he farms so many with his MP9, actually has a very complete buy for himself here with an op and full utility. He wants to get this gun involved. He knows that the weaponry behind him isn't actually all too powerful, and so he's playing very aggressively at bracket right now. But will that be his undoing? Will they catch him off guard right here? It looks like there are many players approaching him from the apartments.
Robin. Come on, Robin. Can't finish the spray. It's a bit sloppy, and Surreal instead has to step up to bring them down. Coolio comes in from behind, and he's still maintaining advantage. Surreal still in a great position, but Bandito and the Mac-10 are too fierce a duo. Thomas and Crucial are forced to save. Salamander with an explosive entry onto the A site will lead through into a great round win.
Just going to throw out another very bold prediction that I think the way that this game's going to, or at least the next gun round that Endpoint will win, they'll realize that Salamander on a lot of their defaults just run a 1-4, sometimes even a 0-5, and that they can just push, aggress the other side of the map. Salamander will likely set up in like a bracket or some kind of banana hit, and Endpoint will just flank them. I think that's generally how you exploit the style of play Salamander has. I don't know if Endpoint watched the last game, though, because it was striking to me how Salamander was so frequently in these 0-5 default setups and just went right into plays. We'll see, though. See. Maybe it'll just be a good hold from Endpoint to close it out, or maybe Salamander will come back into this.
Well, Crucial is pretty crazy. So okay. I am happy I said that at the time I did. There is still a chance. There is always a chance when Crucial has the AWP. Salamander, however, really feel the pressure to actually... Oh no. They're feeling too much pressure to actually materialize over here and convert. Thomas has an MP9 at the perfect place as well because he can actually push through the smoke if they do smoke off CT. And if they don't smoke off CT, then you've got Crucial, who's now flash forward. Perfectly played. There comes that push. Thomas has got 1 kill and a lot of damage on the other man. 4v2. It doesn't matter what weaponry you have. You're so scared if you're Salamander. Molly and double flash. But is it going to be enough? Bandito and Coolio pushing forward. They know where Sorel is. Sorel gets a great headshot, which provides enough of a distraction that Crucial finishes it all. 3 fantastic kills from him.
Yeah, Crucial, he knew that he had the only weapon, and he does a great job. His timing in the mid round is so good. Look at that. That's exactly when you want to peek Corey. And of all the people to take out from Salamander, it's their most impactful rifle fragger. That is so sick, taking out a player like that. I'm sure that is just so frustrating if you're Corey. And look at all the money now that Endpoint were able to build off of that. That save round still works out in their favor, and we'll see if Endpoint are able to convert.
Well, Flashy has been pretty good at times. Crucial. Oh no. Crucial has been taken down. Now Salamander have an excellent chance over here. That's the big man to take away as well. Mighty Max fortunately does get the trade onto Bandito. And Flashy, well... Oh, actually, there's a flash to take down Robin potentially, but Robin is able to catch him off. A flashbang to follow through would be quite nice, and the Molotov will not work. Neither one of them will, actually. Robin even getting another kill in the meanwhile. Cyril is still alive. C-Stars, he takes him down. A 1v3, and Corey doesn't have much of a chance, but he will give himself a shot with that one tap. However, Cyril will finish it off regardless.
Yeah, and it looks like my prediction doesn't really even have to come true. With that great round from Crucial prior, and then a great hold on to that A bomb site, Endpoint have put themselves in a very strong situation here to just close things out, given that they have better weaponry, better utility, and it will be a forced buy from Salamander for the rest of the game. We'll see how long they can extend this. Can they win 9 in a row? I do not see a world where that happens, but... you know, crazier things have happened in online Counter-Strike. But this would be up there for one of the craziest.
For sure. Now comes out to execute potentially. But it's already stopped in its tracks. Sorel getting 1, Sorel getting 2, and it's all up to Coolio in a 1 versus 3, Maui. The odds are stacked against him. The numbers are not with him, but his aim will never leave. And that is the question. Can his consistent companion carry him through one more round? And it simply will not happen. 16-6 Maui. Inferno was domination from Endpoint.